Welcome all my audience of this Ogbako Ishi Obi Biafra channel. A channel that is Ogbako Ishi Obi, the gathering that those before us, the prophet, so the amụma, onye amụma Isaiah, Chukwu, Brala revealed us to us long time ago. Before that, before him, those before him also prophesied. Therefore, we didn't start it. And this video presentation is a video presentation prepared for Biafran women who chose to hear the message that must be sent at this prophesied time, because they have heard a lot of lies, a lot of evil nations, sorcery, Idu nation. And when they heard me speak, they were traumatized to have me make this presentation, but the cowards, the devils behind, the hiding behind their back with their diapers and their doo-doos, forced it not to happen. But the party must hold. The party must hold, and in the actual title and the right term, this is what the title they gave it. Unveiling the foundation of the heavens and the earth, to solve the problem of all the confusions that has been taking place these days. But before I continue, so that I do not misspeak, we have to pray. The prayer of Kendinso. In all Babylonian language, they call it QODESHYM. But before we continue, today is Eke. This is the ending of the Eke day. KERE Idu Noba. They want to call you Idu Nation. But Idu Igbo. Idu Biafra. Eke, the day they worship, irrespective of the fact that he fall into the evil Saturn day, they worship. They worship the Saturn, but we worship Eke Kerowa, the creator of all things. So, let's pray like our fathers prayed. Our righteous fathers prayed in their time, during their time. Chukwu okike abịama, Eke Kerowa, nna nke eluigwe, onye na-ele ụwa, ya hụ ụwa. ELO'AHU ashada. Ndị mgbaka kpọrọ gị. Ọ gị wụ onye jitere ndị pụrụ iche. Jitere Adam. Shitewa n'ọrụ ekwensu. Mụta nwa arụ na-emebisi ụwa ruo ugbu a. itinye ijute onye nke ọzọ onye pụrụ iche site na Chukwu ọwụ ha arụ Chukwu dinye ya oji na Babel ebe a na Babel aba elu site n'imebisi okwu Igbo a asụsụ nsọ ịkpọ ya si ya jee ruo Shalam ịgwa ndị nso gịla ha nọ si ya ruo Shalam ọ gaa ozi a otu o jide gị mma n'obi onye kere ụwa gị kpọrọ ndị nsọ atọ bịa gịla ya emeghi 5 unu aga hụ ya abịa hụ ya kpọọ ya abịa ama akpọ ya abịa hụ m I came to visit you. I was visited. Akpọ ya ịbịa hụ m ịkpọ ya enyi gịla ndị nsọ a gịla ha atọ a gịla ha so bịa ya eme 5 unu anụrụ n'ukwu osisi oke osisi na-enye ndụ bụ izu soriko gba ndụ soriko gị doo ya ọdụ nye ya iwu kwe ya nkwa o bidokwa mezuo iwu ndị kwere ya iwu ndị nyere ya ọsịsọ nke ọ fọrọla ya otu afọ ya wụ afọ ọga afọ 5 gị bịa nye ya nwa site na nwaanyị ya agadi nwaanyị n'ozigbote nwaanyị nke ya ọkpọrọbịa na agwụrụ ya ọ fọrọla ya ọga afọ 10 ọ fọrọ ya afọ 10 ya wụ ọga afọ 5 agadi nwaanyị na-enweghị onye nọkọtara n'ụwa chere na oge ebe izu ma ọfọ ka iso eji ma ọfọ ka ịmụ nwa ma ịtụ ime ma ọ ka ịmụ nwa inye ya nwa nwoke gbachiri ike ahụ gbachiri ike ga-eri ya ekpe o bie ya ugwu dịka isi nye nna ya n'iwu o ruo mgbe o toruru n'ikwu okwu ole nne ya anya n'ihu ọkpọ ya nne ole anya n'ihu nna ya kpọ ya nna nna ya eleru anya n'eluigwe ebe nọ si Chukwu okike ekere ụwa na ihe niile ọwụ onye naanị ya na-efe izoku ọ dịkwa ndị hụrụ ya anya ezinụlọ na ikwu na ibe na ndị hụrụ ya anya ndị ọ hụrụ n'anya jiri ya si ya olee otu ọrụ ebube nke eshime onye rụrụ ọrụ ebube nke olilekwa anya n'ebe ị nọ si na ya azụ oke uwe Chukwu okike ekere ụwa naanị ya na-efe na ya azụ oku nwa toruo n'oke ibiri nwoke ọwụhụkwa ihe ibiri nwoke owe oke ibiri nwoke ije na agwụrụ ya lụtara ya nwaanyị gbachiri oke ibiri, nwaanyị gbachiri ike, nwata nwaanyị bụ sọ mma na-achọ Chukwu mana o ziri ezi chọọchị ọwụghị chọọchị. Ishite na oke ibiri nwaanyị nye nwa inyere abịama oke ibiri nwoke nye ya ụmụ mụsịara ya ụmụ ọmụsị ụmụ ọhụrụ n'otu n'ime ha lelie anya elu kpọkuo gị si Chineke onye okike naanị nna ya abịa mafere nna ya ka ọ bụ ka iji emezu nkwa ikwere nna ya abịa ama site na aja nke i wetara watụrụ eji chọọ na gị ka anyị na gị biri. bịa ezigbote ndụ fee gị ruo mgbe ebighị, mana Chineke mere ezinụlọ n'ikwu n'ibe na ndị enyi na ndị nna na ndị kwadoro n'obi ịchọ irestore Biafra, iweghachi Biafra otu o shidere na mbụ, ka fee gị otu anyị kwesịrị isi na-efe gị dịka ndị nna anyị ndị mere mma iji fee gị na mbụ. Ala Igbo wa ala nsọ, eluigwe gị nọ n'ụwa, elu gị nọ n'ụwa, ikuku elu gị nọ n'ụwa, igwe gị nọ n'ụwa, your heaven on earth, sacred place. Ikere boy ala nsọ boy onye obodo so ụmụ gị Biafra mana Chineke ana m arịọ gị sị gị anyị emeghego gị karịa aja mmiri nọ n'ihu osimiri, anyị emeghego gị karịa kpakpando niile nọ n'eluigwe, mana were amara were udo nna anyị mee na anyị ebere gbaghara anyị njọ anyị niile, gbagharakwana anyị njọ nke ndị nna anyị ha metere na nke ndị bụ ha ụzọ metere, bịa nye anyị egwu gị maka iwu ya n'ụwa, ka anyị mụra na ị na-ahụ anyị mgbe niile, na ịhụkwana na anyị hụ elu ahụ na gị iwe elu ahụ, na gị na-ahụ gị ga-ekpe anyị ikpe ziri ezi, ka onye ọbụla hụ egwu, bịakwana nye anyị mmụọ nsọ gị, nye anyị mmasị gị, nye anyị ịhụnanya gị, nye anyị ike gị na enyemaka nke gị zuru oke na nchegharị nke si n'eluigwe, ka anyị ya n'ihu, ka anyị ya na obi, ka anyị ghara ichefu, ka mmekpa ahụ na iru uju ghara ịdịrị aha anyị ọzọ, maka akpa anyị ya n'ire n'ọnụ dịka ishekara ndị nna anyị ndị kpeziri ikpe na agụrụ ha kpere ikpe ọma na agụrụ ha nke n'oge ha, ka anyị ya n'ikpanye ya chuchukwu ahụ, ka anyị ghara ịtụ ashị, ghara ikwe, ghara iduhie, ka anyị ghara ewu okpewe onye ojirile, n'ihi na okpewe onye ojirile nna anyị ha gwara anyị ewu na ya kpee n'afọ aha oge ekpe aka awụ afọ na-abịa abịa, ka ndị mụ na ha na-ekpe ekpere, ndị na-ege onye nwere ntị nụrụ. Mana Chineke nna biko mee na anyị ebere, mekwene ka echiche ọjọọ ọbụla echere chegide anyị, ma izu ọbụla nke ọbụla agbagide anyị, ma ntọala niile ọjọọ niile atụrụtụgide anyị, ma mbọ ọjọọ niile agbagide anyị. Chineke nna biko meere m ebere, biko meere m ebere, meere anyị ebere, ka yala mbobrono niile abụrụ anyị maka abụrụ nna anyị maka abụrụ ndị bohus Chineke nna mee ka ihe a niile bụrụ ihe ọlụla n'iyi were ewu nketa anyị. Chetakwana na aja nke a iwetara bụ atụrụ eji chọọ na gị ya ka anyị na gị nwee mmekọ biri ibi ezigbote ndụ ruo mgbe ibi ebi onye nwe m na Chineke m. Mee n'anya ebere were amara were udo mee n'anya ebere. Zọpụta anyị n'ike niile ekwensu na ndị otu ya niile ji, ma anọghị na mmadụ, ma anọghị na mmụọ, ma anọghị n'osisi, ma anọghị na nkume, ma ndị ike kụrụla na ike ahụ kacha ike niile. Ma ndị ike niile nọ n'itere, ma ndị ike nọ n'ọchịchịrị, ma ndị ike nọ n'ọchịchị ọjọọ n'ụlọ nke ụwa niile agbakọọla ha. N'abalị ole na ole gara aga agbakọọla ha na Glasgow utere na-achọ onye agaghị eri. Obodo ọjọọ niile ekwensu jere kesịa n'ụwa nke gị, ụwa na-awụ ụwa ya. Zọpụta anyị n'ike niile na ntọala niile ọjọọ niile atara na ntọgide anyị n'ụwa gị. Merekwana anyị ebere, gbagharakwana anyị njọ anyị, ma zọpụtakwa anyị n'ike ndị ike nọ n'ikuku ekwensu na ndị otu ya ndị ike nọ n'ikuku, ma ndị ike nọ na mmiri, ma ndị ike nọ n'aja mmiri, ma n'aja ala na okwute Chineke na gị machara niile na gị mazụrụ. Biko bịa zọpụta anyị, zọpụta anyị na ike ha niile. Zọpụtakwana anyị na ndị ike nọ ebe ọbụla ha nọ, n'ihi na ọ gị mazụrụ, ma tọpụ anyị agwụ niile kere anyị, ma wee ya mgbe ọbụla eji igodo kọọ anyị koju igodo niile okwu Igbo. Ekwekwala ka anyị daba n'olulu ma ọwa ọmịa ọbụla egwuru nsọ anyị daba n'ime. Ekwekwala anyị maa n'ọnya ọbụla echirile ha anyị, ka ihe ndị a ghara ịwụ ihe nketa anyị, mana onye si imi nkịtarị ya mma ya bịara taa. Ihe anyị so onye ọbụla meghị eke ọbụla o mere gị obiọma kwesịrị ekwesị, ka ihe ọbụla o meghị ya gajiere, mana nke anyị niile gajiela anyị Chineke nna. Mana anyị na-asịkwa egbe ebere ugo obere ka esi ibe ya ebekwule nkụkwa ya. Nna nke igwe, ana m arịọkwasakwa gị sị gị ọha anyị si eze mụ anyị, ọ ga-ekere anyị, nyekwana anyị ụwa si lekọta ịhụrụ otu ushiri ya, otu uri ji gbabiri isi, na ọ gị ga-emeji, ọ gị kụrụ ụwa na gị ga-emeji, na gị ime ụwa na gị ga-emeji. Anyị egbughị isi sa anyị wuru isi, anyị egbughị ọdụ sa anyị wuru ọdụ, anyị egbughị ekiti sa anyị kitiwe. Onye isi anyị na-awa aja ga niile asịghị isi anyị na-awa aja, ha ji ike ha chere o Chineke. Zọpụta anyị, mee na anyị ebere nna nke igwe, mee na anyị ebere. Ana m arịọ gị sị gị biko mee na anyị ebere, mee na anyị ebere, nyere anyị aka ka anyị na-aṅa dị ntị na-erubere gị isi, ka e were onye iro n'ebe ndị iro anyị niile nwere, onye na-achụta ubere ndị niile na-achụso anyị ụbọ, were agha buso ndị niile na-ebuso anyị agha. O Chineke nna m ekwere na anyị ebere, nyere anyị aka ka anyị na-edome iwu gị dịka o si adịghị obi mma mgbe niile, ka ihe ọbụla anyị na-eme were ihe ziri ezi, ka ihe ọbụla anyị na-eme gaziela anyị nke ọma. Mana ekele, otito, ịja mma na nsọpụrụ pụrụ iche n'ofufe na ikpuru isi ala wuru ke naanị gị o Chukwu okike eke ekere ụwa nna anyị nke ibi n'eluigwe mee na anyị ebere bụla anyị mkpa anyị niile na-enweghị ihe mgbochi ọbụla na-enweghị igbu oge ọbụla anyị na-arịọ gị sị gị nna biko ma ọsịsọ dịka isi mara emeji eji emewere ọdachi Chineke nna biko ọ naanị gị ka anyị nwere nyere anyị aka gbuola anyị mkpa anyị niile ka aha gị dị nsọ ka ọchịchị gị bịa ka eme uche gị n'ụwa dịka esi eme n'eluigwe nye anyị taa nke mbọsị anyị gbaghara anyị mmehie anyị dịka anyị si gbaghara ndị mehiere anyị site na enyemaka gị mana ekwekwele ka anyị daba n'ihe ọnwụnwa ọbụla mana nna zọpụta anyị na-ajụ ihe niile n'ihi na ala eze oke gị ike na ọtụtụ ugbu a na mgbe niile mana onye nwe m ịhụna n'otu olu ji gbaburu isi ịhụna arụ na mpụ na mmegide na mpụ na arụ na gboo kpakpakpa na megide ma ihe ụkọ niile eburula nya ma ụmụ gị emeghe nta emeghe imo emeghe nta emeghe imo o Chineke nna mee ka anyị ihe ndị aghara ewuru ihe nketa anyị site taa gaba n'ihu bịa mee n'anya ebere oge wetara agbara gịla nna ndụ gịla nna anyị hụ gbara oge wetara ya nyekwana anyị ya nye anyị ji awụ agbara wetara nyere nwata ji awụ ya wetara ya mbaza o ji egwu ya Chineke na ndị niile nji egwu ya ndị niile mere ma ekwene ka ndị niile weta akụ na ụba ka anyị ghara ịdị n'aka ka harị ka aka etu gị ndị uche na ama na ndị ara a ga-eji anata ego iji aga iji aka iji ga were ịhụrakwana nwere anyị iji na nga onye ijitere sa anyị gawa ije Nnamdi Kanu iji ha na nga Chineke nna gbaa ya ndụ gbaa ya ume nga ọbụla ọnụ kpọpụta ya otu isi kpọpụta Abịama na Babel otu isi kpọpụta Daniel na Babel otu isi kpọpụta Azrayahu Yashielu na Mishaelu akpọrọ mmụọ Shadrach, Meshach and Abednego bụta ụwa ahụ otu a na-eji akpọ anyị ahụ otu a eji ha kpọkwa mmụọ ahụ ndị ochie na ara ndị mmehie ndị ekwensu anụ na-eme egbe iji jiri Nnamdi Kanu otu ejijiri na-achọgharịa ya mgbe enweghị ike kpọ ya ha kpọọ ya Michael ha kpọọ ya Babil ha kpọọ ya Shamil pụta ihe ndị awụ ihe nketa ya kpọpụtara anya ka ọ bịa jem ije kụwarị mma ka ọ dịrịkwana anyị mma ka obodo ukwu anyị kpọrọ inyere anyị wụ Biafra ka ọ lọghachi efe oge otu esi efe gị n'oge gara aga ma ndị niile nwụrụ n'ihi ije ma ndị niile anyị hụrụ n'anya ma ndị niile hụrụ m n'anya Chineke ma nna m na anyị niile ndị gụrụ ije fere gị ma ndị eme ya duhiri ụzọ si na ọnwụ ike a ka a na-efe na ọnwụ si nka ndị na-ewere ha ọnụ ụtọ na-enweghị ogwu gị fee Chineke nna biko bịa mee n'anya ebere ka mkpụrụ obi ha niile zuo na ike na ndokwa ndị niile lụrụ ọgụ anwụrụ n'ihe gbasara iweghachi okwu obodo anyị osi ịkpọrọ Biafra onye nwe m nweghị onye ọzọ m na-akpọkọ na-arịọ ma nke a n'okwu a ọ gụkwa nsị bịa saa anyị n'okwu a ma ndị anyị kpetere n'okwu anyị na-akpọkọ ọwụhụ salam aleikum ya bịa saa anyị osala anyị ka anyị wụrụ na ịsala anyị oku ahụ Chineke. Ndị niile ka nnarụ n'aha nsọ gị wee ka ekere ụwa Chukwu okike abịama nna anyị ka ebe n'eluigwe sị gị bịa mezuo. Ekwekwele ka anyị fee ahụ osisi ọzọ, ekwele nkwa ihe atara ata ihe ekere eke ọzọ, ka ọ wụrụ naanị gị ka anyị na-eke ka anyị na-efe o Chineke nna. Ihe ndị niile ka nna arịọ gị n'aha nsọ gị sị gị Chineke nna bịa mezuo. Sị na mkpịsị aka anyị, mkpịsị ụkwụ aka anyị iri ise ka aka ekperere ise aka anyị iri ise aka ekperere ise. Ọ naanị gị ka anyị na-akpụrụ isi ala sị gị Chineke nna bịa mezuo. Na ugbu a anyị arịọla gị, nọ n'olu anyị o Chineke, nọ n'olu anyị. Mana anyị ga-eje bido na ihe anyị kwere anyị ga-eme n'ụbọchị a. Anyị kwere anyị ga-eme ụbọchị anyị ga-eme ya gbuo ya nke ihe ndị a nọcha nwebe ihe m ga-ekwughị ya Nnamdị Kanụ na akpasaba aka. Mana ihe m tiri ha, ihe m mere ha put the detail in them, because the devil is in the details, so we can pull him out. Nnamdị Kanụ and David Masinga have already pulled the mask out of the face of the sons of Padi, the sons of sin. And that's why they're running helter-skelter, looking for a fallout, causing havoc and fallout. But we have to wear the full armor of Chukwu. And to start, let's, based on the title that I agreed upon with my sisters, which is Unveiling the Foundation of the Heavens and the Earth. We need to review the Biafran agitation in terms of the management system and in terms of the process improvement, which is what is physically lacking right now, or in shortage right now. And we're going to use the basic tools that our fathers even knew of it, without going and be talking about big words to draw attention to me rather than to Chukwu and his mandate. Some people want me to give them big title, the big doctor, and the big profession. Oh, the big engineer and the lawyer and the attorney and all that. No, it's not about me. All the best I can be is your brother. So we need to, in terms of the management system, we need to go into plan. Do. Check. Plan. Do. Check. And to be able to act upon the steps, the documentation, the system of trying to do ime ihe n'usoro. Ka onye lebara anya n'ihe ederede so that whosoever looks into the written document on how we need to do things systematically will know how to act, take action to make it work well. And then, in terms of the process, then we have to come to define it, analyze it, improve. We define it, measure how, where the baseline, where we are right now, and improve on it, analyze it, and control the process and to be able to sustain the quality or quantity we have decided to achieve, we plan to achieve at this set point or this stage. And then, in order to do this, let's simply go to the mission statement. The goal, the mission statements, and the philosophy of set up at the beginning of this agitation. Biafra agitation, about which I came into 2015. After I heard this, these are the reason why I came into this agitation. Because all I've been hearing is rubbish before this indigenous people of Biafra agitation that Nnamdi Kanu came to lead as the prophet. He blew the pipe, the trumpet, just as prophet or Onyamoma Yamarayahu. This is where my issues with the World Igbo Congress and all these ANYI and Igbo and the fighting of the old people over him claiming to be the leader of this agitation. Just a little child. He's a small young man of yesterday. What does he know about the war? He didn't fight the war. But I told him, as I still tell all of you today, Yamarayahu, he knows Chukwokike, the creator of heaven and earth. He knows him. If he knows him, so who are you? In it, he said, he pronounced saying, Chineke mandated the restoration of his nation of Biafra. And our problem, he also stressed, was that idolatry is what is killing us. And idolatry and the religion, confusion of Babel. Can never, the danger it provides to Biafra, to all black people, for the entire earth and humanity can never be overemphasized. As we go, so do you. Bear witness, understand, and know that what is going to come into this mouth, I pray, is from Chukwokike Abiyama, not me. Chukwokike, not me. And this also means that we have to be dressed in the full armor of Chukwokike, his image, and his covenant in truth. not in the same world. But as we go, so do we learn more and more. Churchy, not church. Because we cannot know all at a time. And all we know is what is given to us. Because the secret of the Most High is with those who fear Him. And as more as you fear Him, and He can have confidence in you, so will He tell you more. And also, remain fearless in the face of all enemies. You can do this without wearing the full armor of Yah. And the cowardice is a mark of unclean spirit. No revolution can survive, or war can be won, or has ever been won. Excuse me. Camera. Excuse me. Pardon me. Camera. Things that are created by man and your hand. But be patient with me. Be patient with me. Be patient with me. And this kind of thing, you this, you that, you this, you that. I don't know what's wrong with this camera, but and Honorable one Nabal also abandoning Biafra or any comrade is no option. You cannot do that. All Ndibo or black people in the continent and everywhere must join the fight for their own survival. Black Americans will join to restore their long-awaited nation. That they have been working tirelessly. Black Americans will join to restore Biafra, their soul, their long-awaited nation. Some people say, oh, we are Pan-Africanist. Some Africans will say they are Pan-Africanists. They say they are this or that, and when you ask them to let your people, your Biafra people in America, to know what the odds are, and they be going, oh, any people who do not like the state, they call that state of Caesar and all that they're not going to have anything to do with them. But I said, damn, what is wrong with you? Is this a family affair? Or affairs with a stranger that has been keeping you, as he enslaved you, keeping you in bondage, and destroy you to death? Alright, that's for another time. And the Biafra is the last hope of humanity. To be salvageable, you must join or Farah. The same people, the same creatures that called you, same enemy, common enemy that called you dogs and barbarians, later try to play the divide and the conquer using you, and then going to the rest of the world telling them these are enemies, they don't look like us, we are white. They want to include you as white, the barbarian, the dogs. And now they are black. These are the people who saved you when they were destroying you during the Middle Ages, Dark Ages. They call them the Moors, but they're not Moors. They are almost the children of metal work and master builders. These are Igbo people. And they're the ones who goes to Finland talking about black and red. The same thing they did in Russia and China, black and red. And some of you sitting down on here calling yourself, oh, you are master, you are follower, you are disciple. But naive like hell. Oh, go to Abakaleke, and they come to make animals good, and they want to build a civilization, and all this snake talk, and they forget Ohaji fan settlement and how you lost your palm oil revenue, and Omodike, the same people who staged the war, the Biafra war, and they staged the Middle East war to create confusion. Stupid. You're gonna listen to your own people. African American, you don't want to hear of the Chinese, know of them, their revolution, Vietnamese, Cuban revolution, knew of them. You do not want to impress them. Shame, shame, shame. It's not too late. Biafra is the last hope for all of you. Your life. They call you, decided to call the dogs white, or they decided to call the red white, or they decided to call the black white. Your life depends on Ndibo and the people you decide to call black people. And trash their name and make them call them savage. Now we know who the real savage is. And Igbo language is the language of heaven. This is why Abiyama went to Babel to fight Nimrod about distorting the Igbo language, because they cannot reach heaven, because they can't speak it. So what they did is distort it and say, oh yeah, if we like a crazy man that says to a woman, if I can't have you, nobody can have you. These are the enemy in Egypt. They're the ones who corrupted Egypt and brought the Greeks of the East and called them and used and after they corrupted the Pharaoh, and the Pharaoh kicked his brothers out. And then what happened? They come and conquered Pharaoh, destroyed Egypt. You remember Alexander the Great. What is important to you is about being professor and attorney and the doctor and engineer and all that kind of rubbish. The tobacco chew, spit it, and they leave. Be alive. Be salvageable. And he also mentions that there is no room for lazy activism. Some people, you send them something, all they will do is send you back. They just send you some rubbish back. Some of them just send you stuff, but they wouldn't tell you, make an attempt to tell you what is, their take on what they just saw. Some be listening only to their own videos, listen to themselves, and they praising themselves and bastardizing each other without paying attention to what everybody else is saying. The truth. They will tell you is episode. One told me what I was sending to him was episode. Disciple of Nnamdi Kanu. Now, the women are identified by a double wrapper to show virtuality of a Igbo woman or Biafra woman. So we have to do that and leave it. Double wrapper and blouse. And the men must be men to defend their children, their women, and sabotage is blasphemy. Onye we na-ewe wezna. Onye we na-ewe wezla. With Chineke. One with Chineke is a majority, and things happen at the appointed time, at his own time. And now, I read from a final call issue of December 2020, and the question there that attracted my view was, do you know your enemy? So that anybody do not go and be accusing us of calling them devil, we have to come here, use this opportunity to list the identities of the devil, like I do in most of my video presentation in this Ogbako Ishi Obi Biafra. The identities of devil include envy. You can see it all over the whole place. Disobedience, lies, deceit, cowardice, denial, accuser, abuser, greedy, arrogance, impostor. You want to be Chukwu. You want to be the creator, intimidating everybody because they ask you, this is not wrong, this is not right. Or leave my thing, leave me alone. Leave my oil, leave my gas, leave my people alone, let my people go. And you go looking for some women or some saboteurs you will hiding behind them to come to do your animal talk and tell everybody to shut up, forgetting that Chukwu is in heaven telling you to die. Because I'm a God. If you continue doing what you're doing, I'm a God. It's already been prophesied. You call it Armageddon, you call it anything, that's up to you. Armed robber, thief, angered by truth. Oh yeah, truth is hate speech to him, but he can say real rubbish, call you nigger, call you dog, call you all kind of stuff, raid, call you anything to step up on you, to take your what belongs, what doesn't belong to him. But you know, moreover, he is a murderer. He's doing it in Biafra, killing Biafra. He did it to Morsi at this time. Oh, Prophet Morsi or Morsi, not Moshe, not Morsi. Morsi still animal talks. He is unrepentant and reprobate. So as we continue, you do not want to wait for anyone to call you Satan or devil to know who you are. Oh, Chineke, maintain me in your full armor. Then the message that must be sent. There comes the message that must be sent. Depart from idolatry. And we're going to start from the foundation of the earth, which is creation, with the time and space, space and time combined. And the basis, if you go back to my videos, you will see the doctrine of creation and the heritage, Igbo heritage of Shabbat or Sabbath. So in the beginning, as we know, go back to the book of Genesis or Genesis. The little that is the scissors and the can left and thrown down left, but we're going to clean it up right here. So in the darkness and void of the night, the spirit of Chukwokike was exerted in the sea. And he created heavens and earth. And the earth was void and dark. And where is this? Now the Kanu told us that the longitude of Biafra, the longitude of 0 is also in Biafra. And then the Igwe River, which you call Cross River. One side coming from Ambazonia, Oron, and the other side coming from Udi Hill through what they call Ebonyi today, Afibo. Come down from Afibo into through Chukwu, the city that is called by his name, and went into the ocean, Atlantic Ocean. And that river was the Igwe River, when our fathers used to say that if somebody denies whatever evil he does or did, they take him to Igwe River, and if Igwe swallows him, that means he is guilty. And if Igwe doesn't swallow him, then he goes home and they dance what they call Ohu Elele. Ohu Elele. That's Ohu has which means the accused has returned free. So that's the Igwe River right there, which the Caesar turned to call Cross River. And where that line, from where that water goes into the river, is where you draw a straight line, straight from the Arctic Circle, center of the Arctic Circle, and down to the Arctic, Antarctica center. What you're going to have there is where the new longitude terminates the existing latitude. And that's where the world was created by the spirit of Eke, Chukwu Okike. And about 100 miles north of it, on the side of the Igwe River, is Chukwu. So it's an abomination to call Chukwu Aro Chukwu. Aro is our people. It's talking about you do Aro, whatever, rubbish. Tony Nadi and all his rubbish and the people. So the Ibibio people, there is a place today called Aro in the Ibibio land. Ibibio means what? The younger Igbo who used to be the guard that Chukwu temple. And before the war, they were also in charge of the police department of the eastern Nigeria. The Aro that you insult, the one that David Omahi in Simon Ekpa's broadcast, someone was saying that David Omahi will say he will make sure there will no Aro will ever be the governor of Ebonyi State. Eza, Igede, Idoma. These are all our people. These are people who fought several wars against Caesar, and he's hiding behind Fulani as his intruder. And on the other side of the Obaru, they call it River Niger right now, Isu people who are also laid by the arrows, were the people you call Ibobuzo. These people over there are Igbo. These people you call, you do this, you do that. These are Igbo people. The people of Achuzie, the people of Nzou, Ahaba, the people of Okwechima, Brigadier Okwechima, the general of the Biafran Corps of Engineers. These are people from Isu, Ibobuzo. They call them Ibuzo. And even the Idu Igbo rubbish these people are talking about. These are Igbo say, they told Oni to get out of the way. That's it. Onichubo. Onichubo is the name, not Ubo. Ubo, the place of work. And all these people you're looking at there, even when Dennis Osadebe was the premier of Midwestern region, it was with the vote from his people. Being is Igbo. Idu. We were talking about Igodomigodo, Igodomeheigodo, not Igodomigodo. What the Caesar taught you. I don't like to use that white and black no more, or red. That's over. So that everybody will know not to be deceived again, because he's only a fool, according to Brother Leo Mohammed. It's only the fool who does not know that the devil has deceived the whole world. And who is devil? Don't ask me, because I already defined. Go back to the identity if you want to. Or if you weren't listening earlier. Then all this he do, Yaruoba, these are all Igbos. But what makes us black people even Mauritania, which you call Mauritania, or Morocco, if he gets there and notify, they call him Morocco. These are Igbo land. The whole world is Igbo. Then, after the creation of the earth, Alibo Alanso is heaven on earth. That's why when I gave this to somebody and they removed the S, I said, put that S there in heavens. And they still get knucklehead and the stiff neck, and they want to go and they satisfy their whosoever pays them, whether Caesar or his agents. They got a few hundred naira, and they be, oh no, they want to fight the creator Chukwokike, thinking they're fighting me. Sorry. But you know, the judgment day is here. And now, in the morning, the day, the Most High created the day. So Shabbat, like that of this day, not Saturday, but it corresponds. You just fall into today. I'm not worshiping no Saturn, but Eke. So from Friday evening, sunset on Friday yesterday, to the sunset that we are living right now, it's about 6 p.m. in Central Time Zone. The Danyanwa, or Weibo. Central Time Zone in the Western Hemisphere, they call it. But in the morning, he created the light and said, let there be light, and there was light. And the basis of this creation is that ELO'AHU, he was changed in 1883 by the Caesar, Pope Gregory. And that's why they say Gregory calendar, which is the wicked devil calendar that you're using now. You don't even know what day it is. You don't know what night is. You don't know what week is. You don't know what Isu is. Confusion. That's what is staged in Babel, or they call Babel. So it's this day that we call the day after the Most High created heaven and earth and everything. He created everything. He took this day to Shabbatudo, to usher peace. And this is the day he sanctified. And the demand and command that we keep it holy. And whosoever doesn't keep this day holy shall be put to death. And when one rubbish talker of defender of Idu Idu nation, the devil nation, he wants to run. Wishful thinking. He will die before if he doesn't start listening. From now, the time of grace is over for all of you, idolaters, who don't want to listen to what the Most High is telling you through this mouth. I'm humbled. All the praises and glory belong to him. And then, after he created the day and the sanctified, we do not marry that day. We do not drink, we do not bury people that day. We do not work on the land that day. And this day is the day that we call KERE Igodomigado. They're talking about Idu. They don't know what Idu means. Idu. Container. Jar. This is Igbo language. So why is Igbo? Why is Idu Onichubo not, not Idu, not Igbo, not Biafra? And how can you curse Biafra? People that is created by Chukwu, his people, his sons. How can the devil, a stranger, come into a land and curse the owner? Stupid. You need to cut it out. And then the following day is Ori. That's when he started creating the surface, doing clearing. That's when you want to construct, you first create the platform and the line, or the surface, hard surface where your children will live and what they will live off of. And on our fourth day, which is the third day, is the day that he created the land, the crosshill, water. He used the Woody Hill and the Cameroon Mountain, what they call them now, to compress the seawater, salt water, to get a clean water, press, that's the AFO, to deliver clean water to the people along the area through Chukwu, and then before the west discharges into the ocean. And then now Caesar has spoiled and destroyed all that water, clean water with clean minerals, the amount of quantity of optimal amount of minerals to keep us healthy. Fresh fish, keep us dry, with our parents, people dry and eat to keep us healthy. Farm, big farm, to buy minerals that are very probably destroyed in the processing line. Some process upset. If there's no way you can clean 100%, there's no way you can get anything clean 100%. And then that for day was the day he began to create grass. On the fourth day, he created the sun to help with the active photosynthesis. Create the energy to light the day, to rule the day. Create circulation. And then create the same day created the moon and the stars. But guess what happens here? The danger here. the idolatry here is that worshipping the moon and the stars on Friday instead of on Eke Day, the day of the Creator. Instead of worshipping the Creator, you're worshipping the moon and the stars. And for those who are worshipping Saturn, they worship on Saturn Day rather than worshipping Eke, the Creator. What a hell of disobedience. And idolatry, you worshiping what is created instead of what the Creator himself. This is Igbo. This is what the children are supposed to worship. The Eke and not the evil days and the creatures. And then on Sunday, they worship. When you worship on on Sunday. And then the worst of it is this one, that the Caesar used himself, Caesar Borgia, the son of Pope Alexander VI, who was fought by the German. German protested against him. Luther King. Martin Luther. Not Martin Luther King, Martin Luther of Germany. And a lot of Germans. And then these people he put together telling them, oh, we're white. And you see fools. Fools like black people themselves. It's not only black people that were food. All people on earth. Every creature on earth was fooled. Idolatry. When you do not acknowledge Chukwu Okike, as you destroy the entire 4 commandments up to the Shabbat, from worshiping idol, some creature, to Shabbat. And that's the reason why the Most High is about to put them to death. And if you worship them and follow worship Caesar, you got a problem. Some people tell you Jesus is the Greek interpretation. What Greek? How can you, what you don't know? Anytime you are trying to worship and you do not have any meaning of anything you say in Igbo language, you are worshiping Baal from Babel. Baalu. They cannot go to it. They cannot speak to it. There's no language that is going to heaven but the language of heaven. And this is where the Tower of Babel came in. Not skyscrapers. And then you worshiping the sun, Tammuz, Talmud, all that. Line them up. Truth creates a perfect logical path. And on the 5th day, ELO'AHU Chineke Ekekerowa Chukwu began the creation of life in flesh with the sea life. This is the source of every life. And note that this is the 5th day. Ise, when you say Ise, it's about life. asking for, requesting for life and fulfillment of it. And on the 6th day, he created the life of the beast, beast of the field. All these, even some of these people working with 2 legs, they created them. They were everything from chimpanzee to Neanderthal to all these cows and cattle and beasts, crawling things like ants we eat and do the stress of them. He created them on the 6th day. And on the 7th day, he created Ndibo from the rich black soil of the earth. He said, let's create a humus, from humus, in our image, male and the female. In our own image and likeness. Image is what you're looking here, where he created you as a part of his armor. The inside too. And his likeness. Likeness is his covenant. The Igodomeheigodo. As one woman told me, among these women, these diaper boys are hiding behind them and lying and trying to deceive them and say I was brainwashing them. Say that AK is a woman, that he has, breast. That's not AK. That's covenant. You can't read it. Caesar, even if you have any idea, will not tell you, because he wants you to believe that you're worshiping that thing. We do not worship Agbagha or Arsi. We do not worship the covenant. Agbagha is the Agbagha with Chukwu Kabiam. Agbagha, that's what it is. It's not a ghost or spirit, or it's a bond between us and the Chukwu, which is spirit. But it is not anything like a God that Caesar forced the Europeans to, indigenous people in Europe, to worship God. So anything you do not understand in Igbo language, do not call it Chukwu. You will wasting your time. It's meaningless. You worship, it is idolatry. Your Elohim is ELO'AHU. ELO'AHU. The ultimate judge, Yahweh. The ultimate witness. Ashada. The diaper boy. The diaper, they was wearing their diaper behind the women, Biafran women, who trying to make their goal, was trying to make good, do good. They went with Caesar to hide behind them. And he was telling me that I was brainwashing them. And when I told him, one brother, a black American, good man, said it was talking about the name of Eke. And they were saying, I told him his other name is Ashada. We're supposed to use the praise, the phrases of praises to glorify only him, to refer to him, and not in isolated letters. Then he created man in his image and the likeness. And the following morning, which is the 8th night. That's why we say Abali Asato. We read Abali Asato. That's from the day of celebration of Eke, that day, to the night. That refers to beginning of the name creation. That's why Igbo people count Abali Asato. And this continue to happen to today. We say Abali Asato, we don't say Ubochi Asato. So you see where that foundation, this is going beyond Adam. This thing happened hundreds of thousands of years, if not millions of years before Adam. Adam was 6,000 years ago. So Caesar Cain cannot claim anything beyond that. Even the flag of Morocco is 10,000 years. And they say, oh, that's Arab, big Muslims. That's a joke, lie. These people weren't here on this earth when that flag, the Igbo people made that flag. And it's in the White House. Google it. And you can see the people pouching around it like a vulture. And you can tell the people who are messing up this earth today. And don't ask me to prove anything. Don't ask me. If you are deaf to understand, to accept the truth, that's your problem. But this grace, time of grace, is not going to last forever. You can bet. Go to the bank, any bank, even that the foolish bank, the bank of cryptocurrency, you cash. So depart from idolatry. And stop talking about this stupid Idu nation. It's no longer Lower Niger. It's now Idu. Do is Igbo. Igbo more. Igbo doesn't dominate if that's what you're scared of, because when you go into democracy to write and do like Chukwu Okike says, which Caesar claims is democracy. Okay? You got it from Greece. You get it from his Greeks, from Alexander the Great. So, pay attention. For our life, this depend on this. This is bigger than the heaven and earth put together. Is the word of the Chukwu. Then they Tony Nadi and his Rakura's beast living in some seed of the seed of the saboteur Ali, who lives in Germany, corrupting women, hiding behind women to talk. That's what you call it. What do you call that in the identity of Satan or devil? He even called himself. You conquer. Depart from idolatry. Because you have to, if you do not acknowledge Chukwu and worship something else, how can you claim that you are Chineke? You cannot be Chineke without his image and his covenant. One challenged me saying, oh, you think this is something about the witchcraft of Lord Macaulay. Oh, they say India. And then that's when the brother ended up saying that that I was making, what did he call it? He called it fake news. I say, yeah, you learned it from You learn this from Caesars. Fake news. You do not go and learning to remember what your enemy say, says or teach you, rather than thinking for yourself. There is nothing like India. It's India. Which people? These people. India. NDIA. Caesar put I before it to confuse you. So India are still Igbo. They still Ndibo. That's how you fool you with all this red color in Hollywood movies they play for you here, and you forget that these are the people that were killed were also black people who live here. Our people have been traveling and living whichever side of the ocean we wanted thousands of years before Silly and the lion Columbus, which they brought here. Columbus, they say, was 10 years old. How can a 10-year-old sail across the Atlantic? Who never sailed? They were brought here by the Moors, or Homo, Oz. After the Dark Ages, to save them. But look at what we get. The implications of this, you can tell now, the reason why our waters are messed up. If you go to Njaba River coming from, when I saw Njaba River coming from Onitsha Road to Owerri, these people were not even fixing the road, they were destroying the water. They were digging all over the places looking for something else. Julius Berger. They were digging for every metal or thing there, stealing everything and making the water Nachazi Rakaraka. The big Njaba. That you fall into it before the war and you disappear. They destroyed it, they polluted it. But what do you do? Nation. How can you restore the water? The Igwe River, the Gudugu, the Muri, Otamini, Akwakwaba, ocean, all those waters, they destroyed everything. That's the implication. And also, the earth was created in Igbo land. And Chukwu is the headquarters of the world. With all these things, they first come and they sneak across the Vanandapo as the capital of their Nigeria. Then they sneak out, whatever chased them out of there, they come into Calabar and they ran to Lagos. These are all the Igodomigodo. It's the land of all, these are all the land of the covenant. They're all the land of Igbo. But the thing, Igodomigodo, is the key. Every village has their priest, and every village had their Ndi Puricha, who had Rezo inscribed in their tongue that if they lie, they die. And they have also Habuichi Ndichi. Some people call it Chia. Anambra is, they call the Ali. The Saboteur Ali is the one that calls it Chia, but it's Ndi Puriche, which Caesar Puriche calls prince. It's come from Babel. And they have distorted all languages around our people. And then Yoruba become Yoruba. Hausa is Igbo. call Hausa. You call them Hausa. That's Hausa. They take life easy. Wagi, all these people are around the whole Middle Belt and they were everywhere, even Morocco, unless the occupiers, other than the occupiers, the French. They come as French, come with the banner or the flag of France. The indigenous people of French people, they call wearing French. So that's the little about the implications and the current affairs begins. The current affairs and ihe Obosi gwara Oni no Ogboni. Ogboni is the distortion of the language and the way of life of Igbo people everywhere. So Ogboni, Oni, Cha. That's what Obosi told Oni. And that's where you get that language, that word, that name imposed on our people. Oni Cha, we need to depart, get out of the way. And they told the Ata of Obosi, Igala. They want to displace them by telling them Igala. And the Obosi told Oni to, Ata told them to Cha. Oni Cha. See all those how they on a teacher. Uweri. Caesar thought he's going to escape. That's why when Nnamdi Kanu came in the picture, and the reason why they're sneaking more, they're gonna die they're going to die trying to bother him, because that's his prophet. Onyamama Chineke, don't do him wrong. Do not do my prophet any evil, because you're not gonna get a chance to do it. You'll die before you even try it. He has a job. For his sender to do. His sender has a job for him to do. He's not finished. He's going to live long. He's a prophet. But he knows Chukwok. Some people tell him, oh, he's a bad person. He did that. With this. But Chukwuka, it will not end in your mouth. He is the one. You can't blame Chukwu for using the thunder to do his job. Current affairs. I just saw this thing here. Someone talking about, I'm going to tell you current affairs. Several months ago, during the time they were rumoring and the Kanu will be, and people want to assassinate and Kanu, all those things. I tried to reach him. Some of you DOS people, some women in this group, they know who they are. Getting, get outraged. Like he owns Nandkan. He lied to me. He said, okay, go to the woman leader. See them when Nandikano came out of jail first time. You see them rush to Israel They want to be the king of Yoruba or Shakiri or any other place in Biafra, or queen of Biafra or so. But any of you thinking that you go to Biafra to be the president, evil president, or be any president, forget it. You're going to die. If you want to go to a Biafra to be a king, the leader of our people, all of our people, you're going to die, because Chukwu will continue to rule Chukwu among us with his government. Every village, you have a prince, you have a priest, and they're going to be wrong. You go around your village. Anything you get in your village, that's for your village. Because some of these things is being dug in your villages are supposed not to be dug. Anytime you see an African man, sister to come and go have a covenant with him, be like he be talking about, we got the natural resources. We got the natural resources. You don't have no natural resources. You have natural resources is not going to be digging gold and diamond and all those sacred things from the land. You're not. Chukwu will decide when you dig and what you take and what you use. Not you. You go from the sweat of your brow, thou shalt eat. He gave you the land, the grass. He gave you everything. He gave you everything on earth. All creatures. So you can utilize them. Be fair. Respect everything. Every creature of Chukwu. And the covenant here. I have them over inside throughout my YouTube. You got the moral laws. You get the court here will tell you, oh, it's maybe immoral, but it's not law. That's a joke. That's Satan worshiping, pagan worshiping. And there is a marriage law. There is a nutritional law. There is a ceremonial and the sacrificial law, because they go hand in hand. So these are the covenants. And that's a big chunk of your armor of Yahweh. So, this lady blocked me. So was the mother of, what you guys call her? The AKA secretary. She blocked me. Simon Ekpa. They played dumb to me. And all of you doing this is not to put anybody down, because only those who do things make mistakes. So, but when you catch this, what you do is look for forgiveness. And stop calling Chukwokeke God. And all this rubbish you call him. Rubbish name you call him, never stop. Yours stop. Because that's idolatry. Calling him out of his name. And he will visit you. And your children, generations, to the third and fourth generations. He told it to you in that book. And even when we pour libation to our fathers and mothers, what we're doing is we're respecting him, respecting them, whether they are alive or dead. Respect, honor your father and mother. So you need to be able to pour libation, do all those good things. Take the seed of paradise in the color, Igbo color in particular, or even Goro, that's Igbo too. Yoruba is Igbo. Every village will, run themselves, and the Chukwokeke will find the best out of you to bring to the nation of the same people, one people under one nation. under one Chukwu HAK. They will help you. You know, if Chukwu wants you to go to Chukwu to serve like my grandfathers did, yeah. If he wants you to go to Benin, that Benin you're looking at here, Benin is not just that. Igodomheigodo is all over Africa. That's Africa. Igodomheigodo. And people think Igodomheigodo is just in the little town of near, south of, or west of Akwakwava. No. Or before the University of Benin. No, that's not that little town. It's bigger than that. And the person you call Oba of Benin today, this is an Egyptian. He's a foreigner. You can see by the way they bury people with the head of people. Their custom, their native custom. These are not majority of Benin people. The majority of Benin people are purely people of the land, the heaven. They are Igbo. They are Biafra. So nobody is going to come from one village in Benin to go to another village in Benin to be telling them what to do or picking people to kill. If you do it at church, there will be revenge. And with that, you do not have people, beggars, and all these people killing, and you don't need no large police from one town, from northern Nigeria, to be coming to the middle belt or the Yoruba land, or killing people that are not their own people. Not their generations. No. You don't go taking their things. You do not be telling them what to do. You ask. If they give you, you take. If you don't give you, you shake their head. Now. So, and I called some of them to be able to reach Nnamdi Kanu after he and the David Masinga in their spirit were on the topest highland in East Africa, pulling the mask out of the face of the man of sin, exposing them. That's what get Nnamdi Kanu, the fallout. That's where the fallout came. And those who say they were in a diplomatic mission during that time, you do not think that we don't know what happened. You do not get obsessed. And you cannot get Biafra. Nobody can get Biafra. You gotta have patience and worship the Chukwu Kadiama to be able to get Biafra and be able to enter into that line. That obsession needs to stop. I'm not saying you cannot defend yourself. Yes, but don't rush until you are dressed in the full armor of Yah, not Jah, not Jehovah, not God, not Jesus, you need to stop that to be able to acknowledge who the Creator is. You don't call his name in vain, swearing his name in vain, or call him something else. He's not going to listen to you. See why your prayers are not being answered. No doubt. And then I got a call from the New Nigeria, New Federalism, from one Anosika. And then a person that I used to be in IPOB before, they told me, oh yeah, we have a meeting. I said, what meeting? Is that what that rubbish Tony Nadi is doing? And he said, you're not supposed to, you don't. I said, one bleached woman, bleached Biafran woman, Igbo woman also. Is that what she's on the phone, the television, on the YouTube, lying about how Tony did this, how Tony did Africa, or how Tony did get South Africa and all that kind of stuff? All those lies need to stop. And they get mad at me. I say, heck with that kid. And another one called me. Andrew. One Andrew. Call me. Let me put it like that. Keep it a little bit low for him, because he may not know. He called me and said, oh, don't go continue with it. And let those people who are doing Nnamdi Kanu, let them do with Nnamdi Kanu, because it's hard now. Nigeria now, and the Caesar will come and pick you up. I said, so, but why wouldn't Nnamdi Kanu go and be the one to get Biafra for me, who was in boys' company, training in boys' company, and in Biafra Red Cross in 1967 when he was born. So the aftermath of Owerri showdown. When Adekunle went mad because of what our fathers did with the covenant. He went mad, and they blamed. They say, "Oh, he was a saboteur. He gave our people." So how can the man that say shoot everything that works to be a saboteur to Biafra? The Chukwu Kabiama made him, got him mad. So with all these people who call them soldiers and who come into Biafra to fight and kill our people, go to book of Ezekiel, chapter 20, 37, you're going to see where the real unknown army is going to be. They're going to, was asked, Ezekiel asked them, the dry bones to be alive, and become the army. And people think, oh yeah, easy, superstition, all those things. Supersede yourself. Do not, whenever the word of the Most High is being spoken by His people, do not go into the superstition, this and that. Because it's your idolatry making you speak that animal, talk that animal talk. And he will hurt you. And then, one thing I heard is Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. And everybody had been running around getting confused and, worrying he's going to be... If anything happened to Nnamdi Kanu, he already said it. If anything happened to Nnamdi Kanu, will burn the zoo down. But it's not going to be only zoo. Because this first time Yahusha, which they want to take the credit and call him nonsense, I don't like to say it. Call him Jesus Christ. Yahusha is his name. Ibohu Osha. That's him. As you can hear, you see that hear the name in Yoruba land today. Same good name. Yahusha, Yahuwah, the Creator. Says salvation, but Ibohu Osha, not Iboho Osha. These are the same the things that the Ovis and the Ovas helped the Caesar to do. To twist the words, names, and language of our people. To act, divide and conquer, make them feel like they're different people. And I just get one of my sisters, great woman. Anybody who says, call her out of her name, Sister Nelly Okfuebu, you need to go and apologize to her. Because she let her realize that she has been deceived. And wanted me to come to speak, so bad to speak. And at the time she told me, I just say what they want me to say. I'm only saying what they want me to say. Sister, wherever you are, you know. She tried to have me come to speak. But whatever you people do, these are women, whether it is Ogori, sure. That name, a lot of you don't know what that name means. Chua. Chua. Or Uibo, or any of my sisters. Or Efe. If anybody have, any man has ever said any wrong thing to them, deliver yourself. I'm not going to atone your sins. You're going to atone your own sin. Because that's what one of the things I was calling. Trying to reach Nnamdi Kanu after they went to that mountaintop and spoke. And they stripped that face, the mask off the face of Caesar. I was trying to ask him to, look, you have to wear the full armor of Yah. Remind him about doing things like New Yam Festival and getting together to do atonement on the 6th of September. The blowing of the trumpet, the 6th of September, and doing atonement on the 15th of September. And then, which is atonement, is Yom Kampo, Yom Kamaisin, so that, plead to me, or pray to me, to remove your sin. That's what Yom Kampo is, not Yom Kopo. Whatever the atonement is, it still is a language, but that one is what we know. We know that one. That's the language we have been speaking in tongue, like Paul. Paul, Shaul, we call Paul. Shaulo, that's his name. Shaulo. Shaulo. They cover a home. So, and then, but I still did it. And this was after he was kidnapped. But everything happened to him. Whatever the will of Chukwuemeka is, it happened. But whosoever got Nnamdi Kanu, watch him. Watch what is good. A lot of things that are happening on earth today are not being released. How many times do you see the Babel Broadcasting Service Corporation talking? Slower. See them gather in Scotland. The Scottish, which means they blinded them. Well, Ishi, they blinded the indigenous people. Irish, they blinded the people of Ireland. Spanish, Polish, that's blinding. They know. They know about a little bit of language. They know what they're copying their Babel language from. Ishi means to be blind. Ishi means blindness. So they blinded all the people of the house. And then when you talk British did this, British did that, Scotland do this. No, you guys have to stop. Now you know who your enemy is. It's Caesar. You talk about Caesar. You don't talk about, because they're hiding. What did I tell you about the identity of devil? So now, I went had my sister, this sister, Nelly of Ibu, because they're using her because her heart is clean, is a woman. So they see another snake, the devil. The devils and their agents had to go behind with their pampas. I said, coward, to use this sister with clear mind to do evil. Nnamdi Kanu knew this woman. He knew what she can do. But you know what? Out of the whole evil plans, you see what is coming out of it. Something good. Isn't something good coming out of it? So all this Royal Rumble, all we have to do now is to do PDCA for the system, to clean up the system. That command and control rubbish is not absolute. You have to find a way to revamp it with the right people. Don't call me if the spirit doesn't tell you. Don't fake it, because I got my hand full too. But whatever he says, you shall do. Wherever he leads, we should go. We don't have any. And I happen to call people. Simon Ekpa. I called a lot of our people here in the Americas. People that matter, organizations that matter. They were sound nice and receptive. And I call a Jofo, and whenever somebody start going to those professor and stuff, this is WIC that took me out of the Houston tricked me out of the Houston family with a woman. A woman that those are the people who are looking for Idu, where they're going to be president. Some of them looking for atonement. You atone yourself. So WIC, well, and is a political faction of Ohanese and Igbo, and they still eat together. I called a Jofo man, and he told me, "Oh, he's a prophet. I told him, I said, that this is a message that must be sent. Go to WIC and see the request." He was so good. It was nice of him to respond, but he started pumping himself up as a KERE imposter. Isn't there anybody who acts like a KERE imposter? But there's no way you can preach. You can say this. You can deliver this Biafra. They call it Basara. Yeah, so Basara, whatever. But there's no way you can deliver this message from the Most High, the Almighty, and His message without it coming bad or coming wrong in the ear of the wicked. So the intention is not to insult anybody, but the intention is for whatever the Chukwokike wants. That's what he gets. Because the world, Onyekro Amoa, he is the one who created this earth and he owns it. And he's the one who's going to fix it, because you do not know the root cause of most things. They are both spiritual and physical, as well as being divine and the celestial were flesh. We must realize our limitations. That's one of the reasons why, one of the problem we have is we do not know our limitation, because some people were asking me, bring your title. Bring your title. What kind of title you have? I don't have no title bigger than you being my brother. Me being your brother, and you being my sister and being my brother. I don't need no those injumonia and those rubbish, or those doctor now professor. And whenever somebody flag all those rubbish in your face, tell them to go to hell. You're my brother. You're my sister. That's mother. Mother is important. Human life is more important than all these things. Everybody's chasing, trying to be a billionaire, millionaire, doctor, bachelor, master. So now they have all heard it. Nobody, if you say you never heard this, listen now. They were all chasing me around, you know, from 2015 to 2017. Now they can't come out of jail and start making some progress in getting our people together. Oh, they want to be president. He's not gonna be. He can't do it good. He doesn't know what you do. As the president, as the coordinator. I never asked them to be coordinator. I was doing secretary, coordinator. I was doing everything, but I was looking for an energetic young blood while I assist. Everybody knows it. All of these people that I was doing that, I was funding it. I wasn't not, mad. Some brothers tipped in to provide a place of meeting when it got too hard because of situation. I'm not complaining, because it's a message I have to deliver. Possibly what I was born for. So what else makes sense than that? Then all of a sudden I start talking. I have all these chief, all this seed of warren chiefs and the saboteurs. That our people, these people, men behind these women, these are the people my grandfather fought against the indirect rule and against the amalgamation. Where I was born in the middle of the night. I don't need no more introductions, because I do not want to make this about myself. But I want you guys to know that this is bigger than what we're doing here now, is bigger than heaven and earth. This is what is going to solve. This is the Re-Earth Summit. That thing fronting and lies over there at Glasgow, where the Most High had their mouth all sealed to shut up. The lies, and you see all of them looking like a diaper child. You see all the big presidents and all these big this and big like they were looking like a chicken, and the sister Igbo woman from Barbados were, making them bomber clap. And they were there, but they go tough. After they got out of there, they were defending the Australia. This one, the defending. Caesar was defending all each other. And the lion. But forgetting that democracy is in saying the truth and not perfecting judgment, whether it's for your father or your mother. Little also go to the book of Leviticus chapter 19:15, and you will see what the core of democracy in the moral law. It's not that. You cannot fix the world with the lies or with flesh. Onyekuro fix here, the fixer. The creator is going to be the fixer. And it's going to be through his Igbo people. The preacher. No liars. Not the two nation. The Most High, the creator, Eke, never pronounce a nation, Idu. What he pronounced is Biafara, Ibiri. That's what he told us from Chugu. The city that is called by his name. So, then I asked him, my sister told me one day, a few days ago, say, if they don't do it, I would drop the ball. I didn't know what she was nothing up. Now that I remember. So anybody who has said anything against her, please go tell her sorry. Because she is a good person. She got a good heart. But they took advantage of it. Yeah, she got a strong, powerful, heart also. And she was fair. She was respectful of me. But I bet it's not me. He was respective of the word of Chukwokike Biama. That's fearing Chukwokike. That's key. The fear of the Most High. Because he sees you all the time. That's why we call him Yahuwah. We call him Anyaneloa. Ogene. He will see. He came to see you. So you see, Yoruba people will come and tell you, oh, hey, we're not Igbo. That's a lie. Ogene is Yahuwah. He watches. He's the ultimate. He's the ultimate witness. If you are ultimate witness, what else are you? What else are you but ultimate judge? ELO'AHU, not Elohim. Jehovah, Yahweh, Jah. These are abominations. You're calling on the wrong person. And that's why your prayers never going to be hard. Until you stop. So, she dropped something on me Friday. And I didn't know why. Until I heard some people bringing something else for me from the Facebook. That, she has denounced Biafra. She didn't denounce Biafra. She didn't denounce Biafra. Chief Traditional Wokid denied Biafra with Tony Nadi and all their friends. And if there's anything that happened in the Kano, they did it, not her. You cannot blame no woman. What we do is we call on our Father who is in heaven. We're supposed to be a head, not tail. So whatever these women do is because you are no man. You just became snake. You want irritation. You can't work. And what happened is that they asked me to give them their picture. My sister gave them their picture. Traditional wicked. And the Acholon, Vitalis Acholon, these are the people my grandfather fought at in Jimbumbu. So don't get me started. I know all of you. And that man, traditional wicked, asked me, who is my father? All these people you calling are all saboteurs. He brought a black American inside the forum trying to tell me he knows more than me. Yes, he can know more than me. But you are the people who sold them. You are the people. You and all your Ovis and Ovas are the ones that were selling them. The slave catchers. So these are things we have to say to get Biafra. We didn't get a chance to say during the 1967. Azikiwe was a good man. Yes, he was not a perfect man. He was a good man. Now I know. Ifajuna was a good man. Ifajuna and Nzogu were the people who foresaw this mess right now. These people were great people. I know Abiasika and the Mojoku were evil, reincarnate. And what happened to Mojoku? Mojoku killed himself in my home state, Michigan. Just after the war, he killed himself in a little pool. And what happened to Babiasika? Babiasika Babrana Juarez. Babrana Juarez. And he died a miserable man, slowly. And who were there listening to? The same thing that ANAIZE and the World Igbo Congress is listening to now. Uni cha Obi ham. This is why what Ubosi Guaraboni told Uni. And it is the source of Illuminati. Whenever you see any of the Caesars, Prince Charles or Tony Blair, all these people come over there, Kathleen Island, come to Nigeria, see what you see around there. Uni of Ife, Uni of Unicha. I'm not gonna lie to anybody. That's what I beg everybody in this. All we're doing is agitating to make our voice heard. Shake the foundation of the earth. To release the pressure and create peace. Whenever you're saying anything, just be truthful. Do not try to lie on people. Ijokubobo. The truth is the weapon, the arm of agitation or revolution or renewal, as long as it is not with lies. So she dropped ship. So my sister, I didn't know my sister was pissed off and knotted up by sending me this Igbo nation rubbish. Piece of shit. Anybody who declares a new Igbo nation is going to, him and his generation is finished. I told her. I said, tell them, no election. Do not get involved with the election. People talking about election of Simon Ekpa and Ichimi, whatever. Don't get involved. That's a good woman. That's a good sister. I never seen her before. I never met her before. I just heard her voice. That's what I told one of the so-called DOS big mouth. Good woman. I have respect for. Who has worked so hard. Whatever he's, I've seen her work. Even among the coastal region, yes. We all have a reason for being in this agitation. Some is because they're no longer getting the crumb they used to get. They used to get scholarship. We didn't. They laugh at us like we're stupid. But now they say, oh, we regret. Yes, if you really regret. But no, when I say something to you, you start being mad. That's what made Igbo Igbo. That's made THJE. what the saboteurs called in THJE, which means Ndipurije. This is the way they talk. As their fathers taught, according to the book of Leviticus. I will tell that name Leviticus is going to come up again. So, all these people you see all over Africa calling themselves Fulani, these people are not Fulani, they are Fulanized. Caesar polluted them. Polluted Fulani in Ottoman Empire, Ottoman through Ottoman Fodio. In I think it's 1804. And 1804, mind you, is the year of the independence of Haiti, who beat Caesar in France, from Portugal to Spain to France, to what they claim is Britain. He beat them, hand down in all fronts. Tons Lovature. So when you worrying yourself and begging for Biafra, you don't need to beg for Biafra. What you're supposed to do is keep the covenant and keep your skin. Stop washing, bleaching. Stop wearing all this animal hair that stink. And the men be like, oh yeah, it's pretty. You smelling, but you know you're smelling. But instead of you, my sister, oh my woman, why don't you just take this thing off? You still look pretty without it. But I'm telling you, you look prettier than that. So we need to go and read Deuteronomy 28 and read Isaiah chapter 3. We're gonna see, and the sea, that's the mirror to you. That's the way of looking yourself in the mirror and knowing that you're in trouble. We are in trouble. I can read it here. And then this bombshell was Igodomigodo, nation of Idu. And they thought they're going home with, they told her, we're going home with Igodomigodo. There's nothing like Igodomigodo. What we have is the covenant, which is in Igbo, the real name Caesar gave them Igodomigodo is Igodomeheigodo. The key that opens all keys, which is the covenant of Chukwu Okike. It's in Chukwu, and it's also in the ancient Benin. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of years. People talking about the Benin is this year 3,000. What? Oh no, 5,000 years Biafra. No, Biafra was all these. We are long time as old as the earth itself. Chineke gbamaka ebe. Gewu n'eji wurukwa n'eji. And the Idu. Some people say Udu. Some people say Idu. That's job. And then I come to see that Idu Ubo, whatever that is, Idu Ubo. I tried to type it in and it says Ubiha. Ubiha propped up. I said, what is this? Ubiha, oh, la Ubi, Unicha, and Ubiha. I said, wow. So it's not Idu Ubo. Ubo is not Idu Ubo. Ubo is a place of work, or workplace. Is Onichubo. That's what we call it. Go to anybody in the area and say, talk about Onochubo. What if you type it? I was typing it and they came up as a Onicha. I said, what is the relationship between Onisha and the Onicha and the Ubo and the Obi? So, all the praises be to Chukwu Okike Abiyama. That's it is accurately known as Oni Cha Ubo. And then Obi Oni Obi Ha, which is Obi leave me. Obi depart. Something as Obosi told him. And then they saying Idu Ijo. Ijo Izon Biafra. Can you imagine? Izon Biafra. Biafra Frank Opibo. Not Opigo. Opigo is what they say Opi. The horn. The horn of Igbo. Frank Opibo. Named in 1967. Because those our fathers that time, they had some stuff remained. And the older people left that time knew what we do not know today. These cowards worried about who is going to wipe them off for the earth. They already decided. They already go to the internet. Google, you're going to see people like Mike Adams. Mike Adams' video, I think they removed it a few weeks ago. If you go now, they say unavailable. And others that say they're chasing him all over the place. That's why I don't use that white man no more. I say Caesar. Because you have to, I don't know about, only know about, I don't know about, boy, we should not work about it. I should be sure. So Mike Adams, he has a pale skin also, where he has the science agenda to exterminate black people, and you are sitting down there. Oh, so they're already determined to wipe you off. Or in that child, just one thing I may have to ask anyone that here that understands Igbo to be able to explain into our brothers and sisters who have been fooled with alternate languages or languages alternate to the language of heaven, even though they are children of heaven. So there's nothing like we do Ijo. I never heard it from my fathers. I worship Chukwu Okike with my father. I never heard it of it or any of our fathers. And there is Idu Ibibio. Can you believe Idu Ibibio? Where did this rubbish come from? Idu. Hey, Abba. The people of Aro are Ibibio people. Ibibio is younger Igbo that you used to at Igwe na Chukwu. These were the people who used to guard the temple of Chukwu. But to remind you, like I told some people, if you call Chukwu, from today on, if you call Chukwu Aro Chukwu, that's idolatry. That's abomination given unto you. Because Caesar gave him Aro Chukwu to cover up that this is the city that is called by his name. It's not Yarushalam. It's not Yarushalam or Jerusalem. These are the cities. This is the city of Ndi Preacher. Abiama, Adam and Abiama, who succeeded. The land that was given to Abiama upon success in beating Nimrod was the same land that Cain killed Abel. These bastards killed Abel and stole their land, the Canaanites. Who are still the same Esau. You look, the same Cain that also contaminated Esau. And they're talking about piece of porridge and stuff like that. That's a lie. The piece of porridge is the same thing that all these Obabiasokas you call, to the internet you call governors, like Wiki and the diaper man, or what's his name? Here, Hope was the man, the Umahi and the what's that one? I remember. His name is Obiano. Obiano, who killed a lot of our people, was sitting and watching our people being killed, massacred. Do you think he's gonna sneak out of office? Yeah, but the Most High is. They think that we're gonna start stabbing people. No, the Most High is going to get rid of all of his rebels. And it is Joker now that is in Nigerian government who claim to be professor, who in the middle of oil costing $150 a barrel, telling people in an interview that Nigeria has so much money that it has nothing to do with. That nothing doesn't know what to do with it, and people crying over Niger Bridge and all kind of rubbish that people can step up from the kindred and the fix without going to Switzerland to go to find a contract. And Caesar uses it to milk everything, and everybody Fulani will be talking about Dangote bringing poison food from outside, foreign to the land that the Most High gave to our father, which is killing us, and even they're starving us sometimes over that way to starve us, and then take their sick nama and go inside the bushes and they're raping women and killing people, and you talk with the United Nations, oh, we'll give you Biafra. Stupid. How can animal give humans human rights? You guys not listening to what fella and the rest of our people have been telling us. We were not the first people to start this agitation, but we the ones to end the mess. This is the final bus stop. And Chukwu Kabiama declared it not because we are righteous, but because he has seen our tears and our mourning, and they say, enough is enough. And he's coming, starting with his brimstones, targeted, and his fire, hellfire, and all his landslide, fire, putting heat on the heart, skin and heart and body of the rebels, the stranger that is that doesn't appreciate him. It's unappreciative of what he's getting. And REVEIEW is at Igwe. They're in the core of the heaven. Igbo is our brothers. We used to be the people who used to control the whole the police department in eastern Nigeria, and they fought the war. They got among the best commanders and generals of the war. Everybody knows about Ephraim, Archibald. On the other side, you same people like Ukwechima, Colonel Ukwechima, Colonel Wao, Brigadier Ukwechima, Colonel Wao, Achizie, and then Zog. In the Izon Park, you see people like Johnny, so many, and one of my in-laws who died in the war, Biafra, fighting for Biafra in Igodomeheigodo, Friday. This will be all remembered. We kept talking with his animal talk, forgetting that Ikore people fought the war. His own people fought the war against Nigeria. Yes, some Yoruba people fought the war. So that's what these people, these animal talkers from the Cancer Alley, from the Saboteur Alley is always. I've always been fighting against them over that. Oh, the family follow log. That's a lie. Even the people in the hardcore of Onitsha did not fight that war. They didn't fight the war. They sabotaged it. We have to say this. And some of them say, one from, he calls himself a quench. He said, oh, it was fun. It was fun. And these are the people who are bringing some of their lawyers in from the back door to come to be with the trying to fool the women. But I ain't saying anything for that. Right? You know, that one will expose itself. So, everybody needs to know. What is happening in the last few months is supposed to happen. We know it's because of, number one, naivety. Number one is envy. Number two is naivety. And the number three is morphine. Something that was meant to happen to liberate Biafra. But remember what Nnamdi Kanu told us. If anything happens to him, burn everything down. Wherever you are, burn. Set everything on fire. But I pray that we do not have to get to that level, because if it happens, situation with Floyd will be a child's play. But for those who ask me, how do you know all this? No, I don't know all this, but I'm gonna. Why do we believe you? But I will read a short verse of from Isaiah 43, verses 10, saying, "Ye are my witness, says Yahweh, Ye are my servant, ye are my witness, says Yahweh, and my servant, whom I have chosen, that ye may know and believe and understand whether ye shall there be after that I am He, Chukwokeke, saying to Jacob. And in Isaiah 28 verses 8 says, for all tables are full of vomit and filthiness, so that there is no place clean. And verses 9 says, whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. For precept must be upon precept, and there goes the rest. And, you must have to be born from Ishi Obi. People who have worshipped him before, conceived from Ishi Obi, from a woman, from your generation, from Ishi Obi, to drink the breast of Ishi Obi. And this is the reason why the Most High asks us to increase and multiply according to our own kindness. For those who have gone against this, it's time to be pulling out. All glory belongs to Chukwu. Even when the paper was, the picture they asked me to provide to them, I provided, my sister provided it to them. You know what this madman did? He took that picture, was from the corner of my bookshelf. My brother, my son, one of my children, little boy or child, took that picture in appreciation of my banner and this making video, daddy making video. He was so impressed with it, and he told me to go take a picture. I stood, for one reason or another, I stood behind, in front of that. And what they did was they went, this evil man went and they chopped off, the showing of the book. I wasn't thinking about it till later. And whatever the reason is, your guess is as good as mine to take it off, to see that the person who are making this video to discredit me, and they say that's a riffraff, he's a miscreant and all that kind of stuff. We don't want to give him any showing that makes it look like he knows how to spell his name. But who cares? Including asking for my degree, my title and all that. I don't need none. Don't want that. And they went the most evil and damaging thing they did was they took the horn of salvation that traveled from Igwe, from the Holy Land, across all the great rivers, from Wutugu through Njaba, through Orash, through Obaru, through Akwakwaba, through Oshun, and they flew across a lot of rivers and waters to get to me for this purpose. And they took it and they switched it from the right hand to the left hand. Can you believe it? How wicked Caesar and his agents are to take the horn of salvation from right hand and put it in the left hand. And when I asked them to take it back to the right, Vitalis Achelon and all his crooks, evil people, slave catchers and the amalgamation enablers, and they took it off from his what's up, and these are the people who ask us to do atonement. How can you atone somebody, an idolater, under blasphemy, whose ancient ancestors, his ancestors, who already has ancestral curses, and they coming to heap themselves with more curse because they want money from Caesar. Onye metere ihe o metere oge eji shi akwụnye, onye metere ihe o metere oge eji shi ebu ya. With this, I'll say I will play the music of Bob Marley, a message to all of us, especially at this time. The redemption song. And I say, may Chukwu Okike lead and guide all of us, and all the glory and praises be to him forever. You see?